Welcome to the 2014 Dollar Challenge put on by Grassroots Motorsports here at Auto Plus Raceway in Gainesville. The whole reason for this event is to find a car and build it to be concours, race, and autocross ready for as much as the year. And the year, of course, is 2014, so these cars allegedly were done for under about $2,000. This is the concours event. This is where they have to look as pretty as possible, and some of them admittedly are beaters. Some of them have stock drivetrains. You can see a little bit of extra work done on that engine just to make it look pretty. But some of these cars look absolutely superb. Look at this first gen RX-7. Clean as a whistle until you look under the hood, and then still clean as a whistle.
We started this event in 1999. We got so tired of hearing from people that say, oh, I can't go racing, racing's so expensive. I said, what if we came up with this idea for just a couple of grand and see what people could build for that price point? And then from there it went, we just added $1 every year, and we just used the year as the number for the budget. And they have to drag race, autocross, and we've got this crazy car show today. So it's a three-part competition. And you know, we built, our staff built a couple cars ourselves the first year, thinking nobody would show up. And it's, you know, it's kind of become our cornerstone after 15 years, and it's still going strong.
Here's an Italian car by way of St. Augustine, by way of Chicago. It's a 1989 Alfa Romeo, box stock. All the go-fast bits have been added lately. The Shelby girl, the racing stripes, the numbers, and let's not forget the all-important Jägermeister and Mille.
Craigslist is your best buddy. So with searching around Craigslist, called up a couple people. They kind of turned me down for the $2,000 price. Found a nice gentleman over there in St. Augustine and said, sure, it's the best deal I've heard so far. I was offered a motorcycle and $2,000 for it before. So I do, because, you know, racing, what do people say? It's the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
Like I said, Pontiac front, Pontiac rear, but it's a Chevy Monza. Yep, guys, this is a Pinto complete with original factory rust, but this is a Pinto that started its more modern life as a dragster. Now it's got a 302 cubic inch Ford V8 in place of that little 2.3 liter 4 that it used to have. And this is not an economy runabout anymore. This car is here to compete.
The engine went bad in the Pinto, and I had an engine laying on the floor from another car, and I saw the V8 and I saw the Pinto, and I said, what if I put the two of them together? And I played around with it for a couple days, and finally I pulled out a hacksaw and started cutting stuff apart, and a month later I backed out of the garage with a V8 engine in it. I just like to build stuff. I built several different cars for under $2,000, you know, just a tinkerer. And
why do you do this event?
As a challenge, yeah, to come down here and spend some time with my son, doing something we both love, and it's been very rewarding. We have a lot of fun doing it.
Car 54, where are you? Well, right here. Try a first generation Dodge Neon, done as a police car. It's an ACR, so it's got the suspension goodies, but you gotta love it. This means the Popo are here, but the Popo are real cheap because look at that box stock interior. First edition Neon that you had sitting in the backyard because it was a demonized, possessed piece of junk, and you brought it here. Why do a police car Neon for the challenge?
Well, we thought it was a theme that no one here had done before. And again, what do you do with a black car when you're trying to come up with a paint theme for it? We figured it was easy to put a white roof on it, a bubble top, and make it a car number 54, car 54, where are you? It's been a good car for us so far. It went from a eyesore in my backyard that my neighbors used to complain to me about, and it has sat back there for 5 years. We exorcised the demons, somehow without a priest, but with a bit of holy water, polished it up, and you see it here today as a pretty neat little, we think it's a neat little piece.
This started life as a 1969 MGB, but there's a big engine in there. It's got nitrous, that's what that tank is for. So it pulled a very good speed on the traps. It is now a pure race car, but the owner admits it got just a bit squirrely in the drag racing.
Why not? 700 horsepower, 2,000 pounds, it sounded like a good starting point.
Where'd you find the car?
Actually, it's an ex-challenge car from 2010. It was Andy Nelson built it from Pack Racing. The whole family built the chassis. We picked up the rolling body. We added our motor, transmission, and rear end. We've been wrenching on it non-stop for a month. Vince has done 99% of the work. He's fantastic. He's done a great job.
And I couldn't help but notice you had a little problem with the police. They chased you in. Why?
Well, they said I was speeding, but I would argue the point. I don't think this would do 60 miles an hour.
They say presentation is everything, and here's a team that's been here before at the challenge. This may look like a Subaru rally car, but it isn't. It's a Honda Civic repainted with all the right gear, and as you can see, the team wearing slow drive, sort of like the Pro Drive Subaru team, is all dressed up as they come to the concours and have the judges examine the car.
Interior, one owner at a time. We got that V8 engine. We got everything you could possibly need for a fantastic voyage.
Like I said, presentation is everything, so why not have an old Infiniti Q45 with some real wheeler dealers? And no joke, the car is for sale.
They got offer on the Q45.
It's not a Gremlin, it's an AMC Spirit, and they got a lot of spirit because they're here to race. It says student driver, and it's true. This is Rec Racing, the Georgia Tech Ramblin' Rec racing team. They're perennials here, and this year they bring an MG Midget, and the rubber on this thing is amazing.
So the MG, we picked her back up in, let's see, 2012. Started working on it, and we really wanted, for this car, we wanted it to be lightweight, wanted to have great autocross setup, so that's where the pushrod suspension was born. We've done a lot of work with that, and we took a pair of Hayabusa coilovers, because people basically throw those away. The three-way adjustable, I mean, pretty much the best suspension you can get on a street car. And then we threw a 2JZ in it, turbocharged it, built our own intercooler, air to water.
But it's a Supra motor, so you're starting with some good bones in that hood.
Good heritage. We pretty much the stock internals can go up to 500-600 horsepower easy. So competition because of the budget. I mean, I forget who said it, but budget basically creates innovation. It forces you to think differently. And so, in order like other teams, the other competition teams at Georgia Tech, they will just throw money at a problem. We have to come up with a cool solution that's going to be cheap and it's going to work for us.
You got some fun stuff. Any favorites so far?
Yeah,
performance,
the Team Gutty Civic that's made to look like a Subaru is just over the top. The 70s disco themed Infiniti, a DJ themed Infiniti is pretty fun. I mean, for us, it's about fun. I mean, some guys take it more seriously than others, but you know, how seriously can you take a $2,000 race car? So, although that said, we had guys turn a 10.7 quarter mile last night. That's pretty damn serious.
The Georgia Tech team knows how to treat the judges. As they're describing their car, they brought the sofa so the judges could be comfy. So as the contestants in the 2014 Grassroots Motorsports Challenge get judged on how pretty they look, let's wrap it up here from Gainesville. You've got everything at this event, from cars that were meant to race to cars that were meant to be rentals. But they come here to Gainesville for one reason: to race, autocross, and look good. For Jacksonville.com, I'm Dan Scanlan.